Hi, this is Earthy Wise Woman, and being that this is a new year, I thought I would start off by New Year's reading to basically tell the energy of our world. And the first card, before I start saying the card means this, the card means that, I want to show you the deck that I'm going to be reading from. This is let me put it down lower, the Transformational Tarot deck. Now, I've been reading from this deck for about 15 years now. I very much enjoy this deck. I find it to be very deep and very insightful. And so I'm going to read from it tonight. And the first card I got was the Prince of Wands. Now, Wands represents the element of fire. Fire is passion. And it's a masculine energy, of course, because this is the prince. But this prince is someone who's going to come up on the scene of our planet. And I dare say he's probably here now. I would suspect he's a form of a world leader of a country. This man will be charismatic, and it shows youth. Now, youth does not necessarily mean young. It could just mean young at heart as well. I would be very aware, is the word I'm trying to use, because this man has an agenda. And it does not necessarily mean it's good for us, okay? But it will be great for him. I'm drinking coffee. And what I mean by it would be great for him is he will be serving himself and those who put him in the position that he's going to be in. I would be very, very leery of this man, because even though he will hide behind many, it will ultimately be one person. But be aware that there will be many smoke and mirrors around him, to the point where you will be looking to the left and the right to find out who is really in control. And you'll never really know. Not really. Until it's time for you to know. And only those with a discerning spirit will really know. So that gives me cause for concern, because I was hoping for something a little bit more lighter. I was hoping for something a little more I was hoping for something a little bit more peaceful, and that's not peaceful. Now, the second card you see is a Two of Wands. Notice those wands are coming into play a lot. Now, the Two of Wands usually is a beautiful card, but it fell in reverse. And in reverse, this shows a lot of indecisiveness in the world. Guys, we're not going to be on the same page a lot. There's going to be some disharmony in our world. In our world governments, a lot of disharmony. And in our political situation, a lot of disharmony. I stress that one. And in our philosophies, much disagreement and disharmony. I am going to suggest that you pray a lot, you meditate a lot, and the energy from this year crosses over with more intensity into the next, where I am going to suggest you question everything. And I hope the next thing I say won't give me like Jill that, but I'm going to strongly suggest you question the mainstream media, or you totally disconnect from it. In fact, I would suggest if you keep on deciding to watch your news outlets like Fox Television or CNN and CNBC, all these damn numbers and names. Anyway, I would suggest you guys take a break from the mainstream media for about 2 weeks. Turn it off. Cleanse your mind, cleanse your soul, and ask deity to guide you. And then turn it back on if you desire, because you're going to find yourself questioning a lot more than you are currently. And believe me, you're going to need to question. In fact, if this card is in the card next to it, the Prince of Wands, the card next to that, the reversible Two of Wands, you need to shout in rage. Write your government. Make your government work for you. Remind your government that they work for you. Because believe me, a lot of arrogant people are going to believe you are as dumb as a bag of rocks and you won't question anything. Now, the outcome of all of this is the card called Alchemy. I'm going to raise it up so you can see. Alchemy is a major arcana card. All right. Major arcana card means just what it denotes. It is a major card. And it is a significant card. One that you don't take lightly. One that you do not dismiss. In fact, in the original deck of tarot, you can just do the reading with the major arcana cards, and you don't really need the minor ones. But now the minor ones adds more, I'm not going to say zest, but more detail to a reading than the major does. But alchemy, the way this card fell, it felt right side up, which gives me pause of hope, because when it falls like that, it generally means we're starting to think. And we're starting to want balance. We're starting to want harmony in our world. And I dare say through fire usually comes clarity, comes cleansing, the burning off the crap. So yeah, we're going to go through some hellish times, but at the end, we're going to find clarity and maybe even a little bit of harmony. That's the word, thank Goddess. Harmony and peace. Because where there's harmony and balance, there's creativity, there's transformation. So there's going to be a lot of diversity, but people are going to come together on one page eventually. And that's what it shows. Now understand one thing. Before you say, oh good, everything's going to work out, we're going to have to go through some shit to make this shit work. Yeah, I said the swear word. We're going to have to go through some pain in order to get that balance, but we will finally get it. But like I said, folks, don't be complacent this year, because complacency will be our downfall. You're going to have to scream. You're going to have to yell. You're going to have to be like that man in that movie Network, where he says, I'm mad as hell and I ain't going to take it anymore. Put your officials, put your city councils, put your presidents, your kings, your potentates, whatever you call your leaders, put their feet to the fire and make them dance. Because if you don't, they will fully take advantage of us all. Our complacency will be our downfall. So please, you're going to start feeling this towards March and towards February, if the middle card is telling it. Towards February, you're going to start feeling some real serious struggles in the world. So I'm telling you now, put your world leaders, I'm talking every country who can hear this video, put them not just to the test, keep them on their toes. Remind them that governments are for the people, by the people. And if you're in the United States, read the dag-nab Constitution. Find out what your rights are. And make sure the political leaders remind them what your rights are. Because remember, they work for you. If you forget, remember, they work for you. I repeat that. They work for you. Also, because I see a phantom hunger, shortage, I'm going to suggest to people to make sure you have plenty of food and water, plenty of heat, wood, to stay warm. It's going to be a cold winter. It's going to be a hard winter. This might be the year of our discontentment, but we're going to come out of it if we stick together and if we hold the line. We're going to come through this smelling like a rose. All right? Now, I got to tell you, holding up my phone is not easy doing a reading. So I know I have another reading I need to, another video I need to do tonight. But I wanted to do this one because the energy of our world is so very important. It determines our survival. I would strongly suggest that all of you pray and get connected to your deity. Ask questions, hold still and quiet, and wait for the answer. And on the mundane, remember, make sure you have plenty of food, water, blankets, firewood, huddle. Network with your neighbors. Get to know them. Find out their names. If they have eggs and you have butter, and you need the butter and they need the eggs, barter, switch. Because it's coming to a point where money ain't going to mean nothing, but a warm blanket will. And on that note, Earthy Wise Woman wants to say, blessed be, and have a good evening. And gods and goddesses, protect us this year. Keep us safe. Keep us warm. Keep us connected. Blessed be.